Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of our Deep Dive Analysis podcast, where we unravel the most significant story shaping the world we live in. Today, we're honing in on an unfolding economic drama that could have widespread implications not just for the economies involved, but for global trade dynamics as a whole. This week, the collapse of U.S. Canada trade talks and the looming threat of new tariffs on Canadian goods has emerged as a pivotal moment in international economic relations. Now, you might ask, why does this issue stand out in a world that seems perpetually inundated with complex economic stories? The key lies in the profound interconnectedness of the U.S. and Canadian economies, which are among the most integrated trading partners globally. The potential imposition of tariffs as high as 50% by the US could disrupt this intricate economic tapestry, with consequences that resonate far beyond the immediate commercial sphere. To truly appreciate the weight of this development, let's delve into the heart of the matter. The negotiations that collapsed this week were not just another set of bilateral talks. They were a crucial attempt to avert what could become one of the most significant trade disruptions between two of the world's largest economies. The failure of these talks didn't just close a chapter, it opened the door to uncertainty across various sectors, from agriculture and manufacturing to energy. Consider for a moment the deep integration of U.S. Canada trade. These two nations exchange billions of dollars in goods and services annually, creating a symbiotic relationship that touches countless industries and, by extension, millions of jobs. The potential for tariffs to disrupt this balance raises immediate concerns about the stability of supply chains, the inflationary pressures that could ensue, and the overall cost structure for businesses operating across the border. This leads us to the broader significance of this story. In an era where economic nationalism can swiftly alter the landscape of international commerce, the U.S. Canada dispute is a stark reminder of how quickly long-standing relationships can be destabilized. The specter of tariffs is not merely an economic issue, it is a political chess game where both nations are under immense pressure to project strength without incurring undue harm. For the United States, this move aligns with a broader pattern of assertive trade policy and leverage-based diplomacy. It reflects a strategy that seeks to maximize influence through economic measures. However, this approach carries its own set of risks, including domestic backlash from industries that rely on seamless cross-border trade. For Canada, the scenario is equally challenging, presenting both an economic and political test. Canadian leaders now face the delicate task of defending national interests while managing the potential fallout from retaliatory measures that could escalate the situation. Beyond the immediate players, this story has implications for the global trade community. It signals a shift in how quickly negotiations can deteriorate and how fragile trade stability has become in a world where political decisions often trump economic logic. This development urges other trading partners to watch closely, as any escalation could serve as a precedent for future disputes. One might wonder, where does this leave us moving forward? If this confrontation continues unchecked, the consequences could be profound. We could see higher costs for importers and consumers alike, as tariffs typically translate into increased prices for goods. Supply chains, which have been meticulously optimized over decades, could face disruptions, leading to delays and additional costs for businesses. Moreover, retaliatory measures could broaden the economic damage, creating a ripple effect that impacts more than just the two countries involved. Even if a last-minute compromise were to be reached, the events of this week have already highlighted the volatility of today's trade environment. When diplomacy gives way to economic coercion, the stability of global trade is called into question. This is a reality that businesses, policymakers, and consumers must now grapple with. In conclusion, the collapse of trade talks between the U.S. and Canada this week serves as a momentous reminder of the delicate balance that governs international economic relations. It underscores how swiftly long-standing partnerships can be jeopardized, and how the ripple effects of such disputes can extend far beyond immediate economic concerns. As we continue to monitor this situation, it is imperative to remain vigilant and informed about the evolving dynamics of global trade. Thank you for joining us today. Stay tuned for more insightful analyses in our upcoming episodes.